Welcome back to the Indoor Track and Field Championships for the Northeast Conference. We do have some scores to report as some of the field events have gone final. Let's start with the men's side here, where Wagner has racked up some points. 34 points for Wagner on the men's side, followed by St. Francis and Sacred Heart with 12, 11, and FDU with 10. Merrimack has 8, LIU has 3. Underway in the first women's 500-meter dash. And this opening round, we have Sarah Coleman from St. Francis with a 118.4, and Grace Terrell with 120. And in the very early going, it is Grace Tyrell who has that top time. Kaya Nowak from Wagner with no time, and Ava Srinvasan from Sacred Heart with also no time, but it is Grace Tyrell.
Looks like we have a scratch here.
He's going into the bell lap with that top time. You're right, only 3 runners competing.
Yeah, the top seed, Sarah Coleman from St. Francis, the freshman, has not started the race.
That's a big difference maker there. And it is the top runner in each heat and the next 4 best times. Unlike on the men's side when it was merely the top 8 times. This run from Grace Tyrell, no matter what the time is, it does appear it's going to be a fast time at that. And a personal best time at under 119. Or it is 119.17, I should say. She has posted a personal best time, and that will get her on to the finals. We also have a 126 Eva Srinvasan. I beg your pardon, that is Srinivasan from Sacred Heart. On to the second heat. And London Claxton, who has the top time. Angel Okafor, Madison Breckner. Sophia Garcia does not have a time from Wagner. We'll see if she can produce anything as well. But London Claxton is the favorite upon entry here. She starts in lane number 3.
Claxton, your runner-up last year in 2023 in the 500.
Claxton is, again, lane 3. She'll wear that 3 bib. A tag there on the hip. Okafor in lane 5. Those are the top 2 projected coming in, but out of lane 6, Madison Breckner has gone out hard. Right now, the time to beat for a non-automatic qualifier is a 126. So some potential breathing room here for some athletes who may have run better than that in the past. Okafor, the 44.7 for Wagner. Then Claxton, a 45.03 on the first 300.
As she takes the lead here on the final stages.
And there goes Claxton. Claxton 1, Okafor 2. And Claxton at a 117 and change. Okafor, 118 I should say, and Okafor at a 118.92. Sophia Garcia at a 122.9, and Madison Breckner at a 124.1. The fact that Sarah Coleman didn't start the race has a lot of effects downstream, because it means that, well, Grace Terrell, who won that race, might not have otherwise won that race, which means she gets an automatic qualifier, which opens up additional qualifying spot for another runner down the road.
Yeah, that helps with the team scores too. You know, if Wagner can creep up a little bit, they'll get a couple extra points possibly. So
yeah,
there's a lot of factors there.
The top runner by time here in this third heat, Madison Stott from Stonehill. Haley Prestash from St. Francis and Julia Durkin, I should say, from Wagner. Neither one with times. Alessandra Pastor from LIU with a 122.
Stott, just a freshman, and she's the top seed here in the 500, and she's out, in that first spot early on.
Also competing, Angelina Zakovskaya from Merrimack. But early into this bell lap now, it is Madison Stott in the lead, followed by LIU's Alessandra Pastor. And Stott cruising her way to the finish line. She finishes in around 118, 121 and some change for Pastor, who is going to finish in second. 117.99 the final time for Madison Stott. She broke 118. Very impressive. Once we're finished with these 500-meter dash on the women's side, we have one heat remaining. We'll also discuss some of the team scores that are of note that have begun on the women's side.
So some throw events and jumps that are already final.
So some initial scores we'll be able to report to you. So stay tuned for that as well. Underway here in heat number 4. Kaylee Lane has the top time. Emily Raymond, Olivia Suter from Sacred Heart, the two of them with a 120 and a 124 as their times. Dominique Grogist from FDU is also competing along with her sister Jordana Grogist. And Kaylee Lane, as sort of expected here for Merrimack, out in front early.
Yeah, Lane, the senior, was fourth last year, and just another one of those athletes just trying to get better and improve upon the result from a year ago.
In the bell lap for Merrimack, it's Kaylee Lane. Here's in a comfortable position. Want to be below even a 123 would be nice for that last spot, and it's going to be really close now. Lane and Raymond. Raymond overtaking Lane. 120 and 122 for Raymond and Lane. 120.79 and Kaylee Lane at a 121.5. It should put both of them into the final tomorrow. As the final competitors come in.
It's a nice run from Raymond. Lane was seated 2 seconds ahead of her, so she did the work there, and it paid off. Yeah, coming back to take down Kaylee Lane. Still waiting officially on a couple of numbers to come through. Once we do, we'll give you the official top 8. In the meantime, let's give you the team scores. We talked about the men's scores earlier. Let's talk about the men's scores in just a little more depth for a moment. Wagner with 34, St. Francis with 12, Sacred Heart 11, FDU 10, Merrimack 8, and LIU 3. When coming into this event, we talked about the top 2 on the men's side, potentially CCSU being a factor against Wagner. The initial field events being the throw and the shot put and the ones that have been finalized so far don't favor CCSU. Wagner, a team that racks up quite a few points there. No, yeah, CCSU certainly is probably expected to be, where they're at points-wise at this moment. They don't have a ton of jumpers on the team. They know that, but the 3K is really where they're looking to score a lot of points later in the day.
Well, that will be at least a signal as to where they'll stand coming into tomorrow, but it's Wagner who have a 22-point lead over St. Francis, and when it comes to at least projected coming in, CCSU being a competitor. It's a 34-point edge. On to the women's side. It's Sacred Heart at 15 points, Stonehill with 10, FDU with 6, St. Francis with 5, and Merrimack with 3. In your initial projections, you had St. Francis as the favorite. CCSU also thought to be very much in that conversation, having won a season ago. But again, we talked about it. The events we've seen so far are not the strong suit for CCSU. Much better than the track events. And going back to that, though, back to the men's side for a moment, speaking of CCSU on the track specifically, Wagner's a good track team as well. They do very well in the distance. So it just means CCSU has to be that much better in the distance events to take down a Wagner team.
Well, yeah, if you look at kind of what happened in the long jump already with the men, Wagner came second, third, fourth, and fifth. So
yeah,
that's a huge point swing for Wagner early on. And, that's the big reason why they got 34 points at this stage of the meet.
They have a significant edge there. St. Francis on the women's side is ranked up 15, Stonehill 10, FDU 6, 5, and 3. And again, on the men's side, Wagner 34, St. Francis 12, Sacred Heart 10, 11, FDU 10, Merrimack 8, and LIU is with 3. Back to that women's 500 meter dash. We have the official qualifying times that are in. Madison Stott with the best time at a 1:17.99. London Claxton a 1:18.07. Grace Tyrell at a 1:19.17. Emily Raymond, that final automatic qualifying spot at a 1:20.8. Angel Okafor a 1:18.92. Kelly Lane at a 1:21.5. Alessandra Pastor at a 1:21.58. And Sofia Garcia at a 1:22.95.
Well, that Wagner, Sofia Garcia making it in there is big because we saw one of the top seeds didn't